Hi everybody and welcome to FIFI'S world. Sorry it looks kind of weird. I fell earlier and I split my lip, so it looks a little weird. But today we're going to be opening some new Pokemon cards. And there's two of them in here, but I'm going to do one today and one tomorrow. Because if I do both of them, then it would just be too long. So I'm gonna open this up right now. And ask your parents to use some scissors because, just to be safe. And by the way, I hope your grandparents are doing good with this coronavirus. So either we can do Primarina, evolved from Briona, or this red one. I think I'm going to do this one first. So let's open this up. Okay, I need to get my handy dandy scissors. That hurt. Okay, we'll just put the garbage on the side. And now we have this. Wow, now everything just exploded. So let me get everything out of the box. Garbage to the side. Then there's this big card. So first of all, we have this Primera GX big card. And it evolves from Briona, and yeah, it has Bubble Beat, which does 10 damage, and Roaring Seas, which is 120 damage. So it's a pretty good card. And then we have the small version of the same one, shiny. Then next we have Briona. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, that's what it is evolved from. And it has Wave Splash, which is 30 damage, and Disarming Voice, which is 50 damage. Then you have Poplio. And yeah, this evolves. Yeah, okay. And it has Pound, which is 10 damage, and Water Gun, which is 20 damage. Then we have this little pin right here, and it has the Pokemon. You can see. And then have this online card. I don't really need these, but I'll just keep it anyway. Then first we can do this one. So let's open the top up. I've had several of these packets, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I have another online card. Then I have this one already, but it is Wishy-Washy. And it's Schooling and Sharpshooter, but doesn't do any damage. And then I have Delibird, which does all the presents, which is no damage, but surprise attack does 40 damage. Then we have Mudbray, which I don't have. It has double kick, which is 30 damage. And then I have this one, but it is Slowpoke. A Headbutt is 10 damage, and a Whimsy Tackle is 60 damage. Then we have Goomy. I have the exact same one, and it has Bubble, which it doesn't do any damage, but the Tackle does 20 damage. Then we have this trainer item, which is a Field Blower. Then we have Victini, which it has Victory Star, which does no damage, and it has the V-Flame, which is 50 damage. So very cute. Then you have an energy card, which is the electric energy card. Then you have Sudowoodo. I have this one. It has Roadblock, which does no damage, and it has Rock Throw, which does 40 damage. Then I have this one. It's a trainer item. It is a rescue stretcher. Then we have, Watch Jog. And it evolves from Patract. It has Scrutinize, and it has no damage, but the Slam does 60 damage. And yeah, that's it. And then, I forgot to take out something. I also have this coin, if I can get it out. See, we have this coin here, the shiny coin, which I forgot to show you because I didn't see it in the box. But yeah, there's that. And then let's open our next packet. This has Lunala on it. The other one, I didn't know which Pokemon that was, so if you know it, then leave it down in the comments below. Put this garbage over here. Then we have another online card. I think every packet has an online card, so yeah. Then we have another Poplio. The pound is 10 damage, and the water gun is 20 damage, which you already saw in the other one. Then we have Zubat. I have this one. And Astonish, it doesn't do any damage. I have Carvenha. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it has a Nothru, which does no damage, and the bite does 20 damage. I do not have this one. I don't have this one, but it is Snubbull, and it has the Reckless Charge, and it is 20 damage. Then we have Wingle, and it has the Roost, which does no damage. Have Passimian. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it has the Fling, does no damage, and it has the team play, and is 10 damage, and the card is a little bit shiny. See that? It's a monkey. Then we have Poliwrath, evolved from Poliwhirl, which I do have Poliwhirl. It has a split Spiral Punch, and it does 30 damage, and the Wake Up Slap is 80 damage, so it's a pretty strong Pokemon. And then you have that gray type of energy. Then we have a trainer item, which is the Energy Switch. I do not have that. And the next is Golbat. I might have it, but I don't know. It has a Super Poison Breath, which does no damage, and it has Acrobatics, which is 10 damage. Then we have Trumbeak. I think I have it. It evolves from Pikipek, which I do have that too. And it has the Bullet Seed, which does 20 damage. Then on to the next one. I don't know what Pokemon that is. So if you know, then put it down in the comments. Get these cards out. And then as you know, there's the online card. Then I don't have this one. It's Clauncher. It has a double Pincers, which is does 10 damage. It's not that strong, but looks pretty fierce. Then we have Bergmite. I do not have it. It has Ice Block, which does no damage, and the Icy Snow, which does 20 damage. Then I have Chimchar. I have this one. The Scratch does 10 damage, and the Ember does 30 damage, so it's kind of strong and really cute. Then I have this one. It's Yanma, and the Scout does no damage, and the Speed Dive does 40 damage. And then we have Mareep. I have this one. It has the Thunder Wave, which does no damage, and the Tackle, which does 20 damage. Then we have Spiritomb. It's a little shiny, and I do not have it. The Nightmare does 10 damage, and the Damage Play does no damage. Then we have Avalanche, which evolved from Bergmite, which we just got that one. The Crunch does 30 damage, and the Melting Flow does no damage. I do not have this one. I have Rapid Dash. I have this one. The Rear Kick does 30 damage, and the Fire Blast does 70 damage. Now we have Ninja Boy, which is a trainer supporter. I do have this one. Then we have Unearth. I don't have it. Okay. And it Restored Barrier does no damage, and the X Scissors does 20 damage. And next one. I don't know what this one is, but there. And by the way, this is for age 6, which I'm older, but I do love Pokemon cards. And then, of course, the online card. Then we have Tentacool. I might have this. Then the Sludge Shock does 10 damage. It's not that strong, but it looks fierce. Then we have Helioptile. I think I might have this one, but the Thunder Shock does 10 damage. Then we have Petalil. I don't have this one, and the Blot does 10 damage. I do not have this one. It is Chansey. The Bindwound the Bindwound does no damage, and the Hammer-In does 80 damage. And by the way, I have 515 Pokemon cards, but adding this, I will count them later. Maybe, yeah. Then I have Gothita. The Blocus does no damage. That's the clay type. And next one is Sableye. I do not have this one. The Limitation does no damage. The Scratch does 20 damage. Then I have, a Vigavolt GX. It evolves from Charjabug, which I do have Charjabug, but I do not have this one. And it's a GX. The Charge Beam does 50 damage, and the Super Zap Cannon does 180 damage. So that's a pretty strong Pokemon. Well, I guess GXs are pretty strong, but yeah. Here's the brown type of energy. Then the trainer supporter is Mallow. I have this one. Then I have this one. It's Tentacruel. The Poison Sting does 30 damage, and the Seething Tentacles does 40 damage. The trainer, which is the Stadium, and Aether Paradise Conservation Area. I think I have this one. Next one. This is an evolution of Bulbasaur. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's an evolution of Bulbasaur. Okay, then we have the online card. Next we have Doduo. I have this Doduo. I have this one. The Flurry attack does 10 damage. Then we have a fat Pikachu. It's not called Fat Pikachu, but in the picture it looks fat. I will show you. The Gnaw does 10 damage, and the Thunder Jolt does 30 damage. And I have 2 other Pikachus, or 3. I don't know. See, look, it's kind of fat. Then we have Matchup. I don't have this one, and I don't know if I'm saying it right. The Dual Chop does 20 damage. Then I have Growlithe. The Hind or Hind Kick does 10 damage, and the Flare does 20 damage. Onix, I have Onix. The Harden does no damage, and the Rock Throw does 40 damage. I have Ponyta. It's shiny, and the Smash Kick is 20. Sorry, I keep forgetting this. 20 damage. The Flame Tail does 30 damage. I have a Blastoise EX, and the Hydro Bombard does 120 damage. It's an EX. Then Machoke evolves from Machop. I do not have this one. The Karate Chop does 60 damage, and the Submission does 80 damage. Then a Potion, a trainer. I have this one. Then a maintenance trainer. I don't have this one. And then one more. This one looks cool, but I don't know what it is. So put it down in the comments if you know what it is. Okay, now we have the online card, of course. Snover, I have it. The Powder Snow does no damage, and the Double Smash does 30 damage. The Cacnea doesn't. Cacnea, I have this one. The Swagger does 10 damage. Okay, and now I have Spritzy. I have this one, and the Flail does 10 damage. Now it's Ghastly. I have this one. The Sleep Poison does no damage. Doduo, we already have this one, but the Double Stab does 10 damage, and the Doduo Delivery does no damage. And now we have a trainer item, the Buddy Buddy Rescue. I think I have this one, and it is shiny. Now we have Dotrio, evolves from Doduo. I do not have this one. The Retreat A does no damage. The Flurry attack does 40 damage. Now we have Granbull, evolves from Snubbull. We just got this one. The Starling Bark does no damage, and the Tantrum does 120 damage. Now we have Haunter. I don't have that one, but evolved from Ghastly. I have Ghastly, which we got it here, but I already had it. The Gothic Fear does no damage, and the Poison Ring does... Oh, and the Poison Ring doesn't do any damage either. Now we have Frogadier. I have this one, and the Cut does 30 damage, and evolves from Froakie, which I do have Froakie too. Okay, and that's my video. Goodbye!